So basically what I'm doing now, as a senior policy advisor, I want to make sure that the public policy surrounding the project is in line with what the mayor and the city council want, and also the community as well. I also want my office to participate with the community engagement piece, making sure that those key players and those people who are still alive and those that they can tell you about get their voices heard. I've heard a lot throughout that area that, number one, we don't have them on the historic trail as far as when people come in town to visit that part, because basically it's nothing there. So I want to make sure that I'm that voice for them so that they don't be forgotten in this whole project. Yeah, so a lot of people know I tout one little specific space in the trail where my church is in Greater Washington Park. People actually had to stay and spend the night in those homes and in our church. And people don't understand that history. So I want people like Classy Thomas, who was actually assisting, she was a child then, feeding them at that time. I want a Mrs. Carr, who was housing them in her house, to be a part of that. Or Miss Janie Jane, I mean, she's the sweetest lady you ever want to meet. She was the one that was assisting them with getting bedding and all of that in the church so that they can stay in the church and in the neighborhood. So that particular space, I don't want to be forgotten. Listen, I know money is always a factor, right? But we need to think about putting some type of monuments or some type of cultural arts. We have a vibrant cultural arts team in Montgomery, so we need to get them involved in putting some type of monuments there in that space, so that when people again are coming into our city, they'll actually know what the city is all about. Think of downtown is sort of like the living room in Montgomery, but you're coming to the living room, but you have to go through that area. So yeah, any type of cultural monuments or historical markers, for instance, is what we need in that space. And I think, along with what I've already mentioned, if we could put some multi-use homes in that area as well, that would also create the rooftops that we need to bring in the hotels and the restaurants. So you want neighborhoods that can actually be expanded on, and to increase the capacity of those neighborhoods that are already there as well.